Welcome to night 3 of Facetté's anniversary week. We're so excited to have you tonight. I'm Amanda Wicker. I'm one of the co-founders here of Facetté, and I get to be your hostess and MC for the evening. So super excited. Again, everyone, if you can please make sure that your speaker is muted, that would be so helpful. Everything that we do this week is benefiting Crossroads Safe House, and so we're excited. We'll have lots of giveaways, but we're going to go ahead and get started tonight with Miss Erin and Carrie, and they are doing CoolSculpting tonight. So tell us all the things, ladies.
Hi, and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Tonight is full of even more amazing demos. We hope that you enjoy them. The first thing that Erin and I are going to visit with you about and show you is CoolSculpting. CoolSculpting, and this is Troy. Troy has kindly come in to be our model, and he is actually treating his flank area. And we'll discuss some of the different areas that we treat with CoolSculpting. There's actually 9 different areas that are FDA approved. So that is exactly what I'm going to say. CoolSculpting is FDA approved. It is cleared for body contouring. And the science has been very well researched and has been many years in the making. So CoolSculpting is actually not new. It's been around for a while. And it uses the science of cryoliposis, which in a nutshell is freezing of fat without damaging any of the tissue around it. So no damage to muscle or skin, blood vessels, nerves, keeps every surrounding tissue healthy and intact. But it does help you kill off fat in those stubborn areas that we have. So about 20 to 25% reduction in fat in those treated areas. So most people do need multiple treatments, and we do them 6 to 8 weeks apart. The areas that we commonly treat are the submantle, which is under the chin, the arms. We do bra fat, back fat, flanks, inner thigh, outer thigh, abdomen, and then the banana roll, which is the area just underneath the buttock area. Exactly. So again, this CoolSculpting is not new. However, they continue to grow in terms of the different types of applicators that we use on the different areas of the body, which are great for really contouring the body, understanding how the fat lays out and where those areas are at. On the abdomen, for example, we have kind of more peaks of fat, if you will. So applicators there look a little bit different than they do along the flank area, which is more of a linear type of a fat. So when you come in for a consultation, we'll look at those areas of your concern, and we will talk to you about how we would map them out, and then what that treatment plan looks like, how many treatments we think that you would need, and then how often then that you would do that. So big question always is, well, what happens to the fat? Can it come back? Can it move to other places? It cannot. Once that fat is dead, our body does get rid of it through our lymphatic system. It uses the macrophages that go in and clean up that debris. We get rid of it, and it's gone forever. So it does not come back, and it does not move to other areas. Let's say, for example, your abdomen is your stubborn area. You treat your abdomen. And then let's say you have a big Christmas and you gain a little bit of extra weight. Your abdomen will no longer be your problem area, but now you might notice it a little bit more in your flanks because we did not decrease the amount of fat in that area. So it is not a weight loss program. We do not lose weight with it. We simply decrease the amount of fat in those areas about 20 to 25% with each treatment. So a lot of people ask, I hear that it moves or that you gain other fat in other areas. So I always remind people that the amount of fat cells that we have in our body are what we develop in our adolescent years. So we have the same number then as adults as we do as adolescents. So when we gain weight, a fat cell gets bigger. And when we lose weight, it gets smaller. So grape to a raisin, for example. But when we do actual CoolSculpting, the fat is gone. So if you do CoolSculpting and you lose weight, well, then you also get a bigger benefit because you're shrinking the fat that is left. And there will always be some fat left because that's healthy. That's protecting our body.
CoolSculpting is really great for like those stubborn areas, right? Areas that are challenging to work out or even get to, or just some that are even hereditary. which is so important, right?
Yes, very much so. You know, it really complements a really healthy diet and an active lifestyle. And it really is, it's meant for those stubborn areas. You know, as men and women age, we have a harder time losing fat in kind of, you know, kind of that midsection. Women that have had children, it's tougher to lose that fat, even with diet and exercise in the abdominal area. Same with men, as well as in the flanks. So it is exactly right, Amanda. It is meant for those, you know, stubborn areas that we kind of just struggle with, even when we do what we think is all the right things.
Well, and even though we probably are doing the right things, one of the questions has already come up because, you know, it's one of those ones, let's talk cellulite, our favorite C word around here, right? I do think it's not approved, right, to do that for cellulite, but I personally, in my own experience, have seen smoothness increase and help with that. But would you speak to the cellulite piece of that?
Yes, absolutely, Amanda. Unfortunately, there is not any magic device. There's not a magic pill at this point for cellulite. We've tried, you know, out there in the market world of lasers and things to try to decrease that and minimize that. And there isn't. However, when we do debulk an area, it is going to look better and you're going to feel better and your clothes are going to fit better. The other thing that we do is we combine a product called Elastin, and it's a transform, and it has really amazing technology, and it helps the skin tighten. And it does this by increasing elastin and collagen production at the same time, getting rid of the debris that's within that tissue in that area. So dead fat and any other things. So while your skin is starting to shrink after a fat reduction from CoolSculpting, your skin is overall going to look better, tighter, and healthier. And they've done numerous studies where they show, you know, an increase in tightening and elasticity up to 65% after just 12 weeks of use. So it's great, especially for, you know, crepiness under the underarm area or inner outer thigh for women. So very, very helpful for them. So what would you say he's experiencing right now, Carrie? Yeah, that's a great example. So what happens? So when you you say, you know what, I think I have a problem area. I'd love to see what the providers at Facetté have to say. We would love to see you for a consultation. You come in. We're going to go through, of course, the technology and make sure you understand what it is and what it's for. We're going to look at that area and do a thorough assessment. We'll come up with your treatment plan. And then the day that you come in, like for example, today with Troy, we took before and after photos, which are really, really important. Then we're going to map out the area of concern. And then we get you comfortable in bed. We get all of our equipment set up. And the beautiful thing is at Facetté, we have two machines. We call this dual sculpting, which means we're treating two different areas in, you know, 1.5. So then you don't have to spend all day with us. And if we weren't filming right now, we would give Troy the option to read a book, chat with us. He could watch Netflix. He has a TV right in front of him right now. But once we get him hooked up to the applicator, he's going to feel kind of a sucking sensation initially, which is not really uncomfortable. It feels a little bit weird, a little tingly. And then you're going to feel a cold sensation. And that's that cryoliposis part of it, right? So it's that coldness that's going to be setting in. That can feel just slightly uncomfortable. It's an unusual sensation for a very short period of time. And then everything sort of gets numb. And then you don't feel any of that. Then you're going to sit for anywhere, depending on the applicator we use, from about 35 minutes up to 1 hour and 15 minutes. Again, depending on the applicator and the area that we're treating. Then once you're done with the treatment, applicators come off, and then we do a 2-minute massage on the area. And that 2-minute massage is actually incredibly crucial to the results of your treatment. We want you to get the best results possible. So it takes, and it really helps break up that fat, and any fat that's kind of bordering on, I want to live or die, we're going to put it over the edge. We want to make sure that we can get really good, that fat cell death in that area. So you have a beautiful result. So the 2-minute massage is not very comfortable. You love us because of the results and you hate us for 2 minutes with the massage. everyone gets through it, and the results end up being really, really beautiful.
Yeah, and the two, like you said, the 2-minute massage is so imperative. It like those cells that are on the questioning borderline of like, do we want to die? Do we not want to die? We definitely push them over the dead side, right? We want them to go away. That's the important piece of it. And I think even afterwards, you know, for a few days you can feel a little sore, but it is not uncomfortable. There's no downtime. You can go back to life essentially as it is. And it's so incredibly great.
You're exactly right, Amanda. So it's, you know, reminder, it's non-invasive. You know, you're not going under surgery for liposuction. You don't have, you know, any anesthesia involved. You might be a little tender in the area. There's potential for just a little bit of swelling, and certain areas might have a little bit of bruising. But we really do encourage you to continue your normal activities. We encourage you to, you know, continue your exercise routine, you know, eat healthy, keep yourself well hydrated. You know, our clients do beautifully with this treatment and have beautiful results.
Yeah, they really do. And you can obviously see Troy seems very comfortable, right? And what I love is that we have the capability to do this without surgery and without that downtime, because surgery can be so invasive. It takes a lot of time out of our very busy lives and can help us with those areas that are just more challenging for each of us, which is, I think, incredible. It's permanent, right? And that's something that makes a huge difference. We do have before and after pictures. I'm going to answer some questions, Carrie, that you can see on our website. You can also just Google CoolSculpting before and afters, and you can see some dramatic before and afters. And it just really does that shaping side, which is incredibly, you know, just different that we can do here at Facetté. So what's been some of your favorite results, Carrie?
That is a great question. I mean, I can specifically think of numerous moms that, you know, they have had, you know, children. They've exercised, they've ate well, they've taken great care of themselves, and they come in with frustration that they can't get rid of just a little bit of that belly. And this takes them where they're comfortable again in their swimming suits, they're very comfortable in their clothing, and it gives them that confidence back. And that's what it's all about. We love that. And gentlemen, we have a lot of gentlemen clients, and it is very appropriate for them. The submantle under the chin area, the flanks for gentlemen, and same thing. Their clothes fit better. They're more confident in their swimming suits. And that's really what it's about. And we love that. And our before and afters definitely show that. And like I said, no downtime and non-invasive. So it doesn't disrupt your life. You can just keep doing your normal things.
Absolutely. They're asking about results, like how long did the results last? So like you were talking a little bit in the beginning, so we have some that have jumped on, right? That if you want to explain that fat piece of it just one more time for us.
Yeah, so typically we do more than one treatment on most clients. Most need, you know, I've had a client probably that's done up to 5 treatments, but most people on average do around 3 to 4 treatments in an area. You're going to get about a 20 to 25% reduction in the area that we're treating. Once that fat is gone, it is gone forever. But again, it's not a weight loss program. It's getting rid of fat, but you'll still have fat in that area. You're going to start to see results at 6 weeks, better results at 8 weeks and 3 months. I have had clients that see results continue even at 6 months. And I don't think that's unusual. Everybody is a little bit different, and everyone metabolizes and gets rid of things a little bit differently. Once all of those treatments are done, so let's say we do a series of 2 or 3 treatments, you're going to continue to see the results after each one of those. But then again, after that very last treatment that we do, you know, 3 months later, we're going to have you back in. We're going to take some after photos. We're going to see your results and make sure that you love the way things look.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love, it's really important with CoolSculpting to make sure that you come in and have a consult. We want to make sure that we have realistic goals. We want to show you what the treatment can do, how we can sculpt it correctly, what that looks like. It's complementary, but let's talk through what those options can be. And I think that's a really important piece of what that looks like.
Absolutely. Our consultations are always complimentary. We love to visit with you. We love to see what options are available.
Yes, love it. So we have,
next, we're going to be heading over to CoolTone, Amanda.
okay. I know that they are going to need to change rooms. And so we'll let them move rooms here for a second. As many of you know, if you've been joining me all week, I had the PRX Rejuvenation Peel, my third session done on Monday. The last 2 days, I have not had foundation or makeup on except for eye makeup. And today is my first day wearing makeup. And I wanted you guys to be able to see my skin and how it looks on day 3. It definitely feels a little bit dry, a little flaky in places, especially on my forehead, but that will go away here within a couple days. And I will just feel like I have smooth new skin. So want to share with you guys how I am feeling about my skin because I'm loving, loving, loving this treatment and wanted you each to see how that process looks, because if you remember, it's a 33% TCA, which is almost double what we can normally do without shedding, kind of like a lizard sheds its skin. So we have some incredible treatments and it's been fun to share my journey with you. So thank you for allowing me to share my skin and be vulnerable with you through that treatment so that we all can see what that looks like. There's our Miss Erin. Oh, we can't hear you.
Are you?
There we go.
Oh, you can't hear me?
And we can now.
Oh, can you hear me now? Okay.
We can. Hi.
Hello, everybody. I'm so excited. We have the beautiful Kelsey here. She is our model, and we are doing CoolTone. And this is actually really one of my favorite treatments. And I know it's one of yours also, Amanda, isn't it?
Love it.
Oops, I can't hear you, Amanda.
I said, I love it. We just had a little blip. It could be because you're standing close to the CoolTone machine. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, there you are. I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes, I think maybe we have to move the camera away from the CoolTone machine.
Happy little belly. Happy little belly. Belly.
Well, we're going to figure out these technical difficulties. Don't you worry. We're working on CoolTone, and how CoolTone works differently than CoolSculpting is that it is working with the muscle as opposed to the fat, right? So we know that when we gain muscle, it really helps, right, diminish that fat. And that's why we always want to increase that muscle. So we're working through that. Hang on one second. Hey, Kimberly. Okay, so I think that CoolTone machine is magnetic muscle stimulation. So with that machine, it could be interfering with our internet is what I'm kind of wondering. And what it does is it goes in and it stimulates the fast twitch and the slow twitch muscles, which you might hear again from Erin here in a second. And essentially it goes in and does what we can do in a workout, but our muscles fatigue, right? Our body fatigues. And if we're not utilizing the correct form or posture, we can injure ourselves. And this targets those muscle areas so that it can actually work them, fast twitch and slow twitch, without and having the right exact proper form, or we just get tired, right? That's just what happens.
And the lady was pretty like
Official?
kind of plasticky.
Anybody who has
she's really
their,
pretty, but I was like,
hang on one second here. There we go.
that's maybe Sarah Vick.
Is that we want to work with that muscle, and when we can tone that muscle, so it's going to define, shape, tone that muscle, it makes a huge difference when we even diminish the fat as well. But you don't have to diminish the fat, and you can do the muscle as well. It is approved for abdomen, your thighs, and buttocks. And we have noticed significant lifting when we're utilizing those treatments. First, you will start with a treatment of, we might be back. See if we're back.
Hey, we're back. Yay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm wondering if a little bit, guys, if it's this magnetic kind of field, maybe messing with our.
That's what I was saying too.
Yeah. So we're just going to keep going and hope for the best right now. So we have our beautiful model, Kelsey, and we're doing a CoolTone treatment. Again, like I told you, I couldn't hear you, Amanda, but I know that you love this treatment as much as I do. And how it actually works is it uses magnetic muscle stimulation. And what does that mean? It means that it bypasses that nervous system and it only affects the muscle. So try to think of a TINS unit when you're in pain and you put a little TINS unit on.
That's affecting the nervous system. So that's why you can't turn that machine up too high. But this one, because it bypasses the nervous system, you can crank this baby up. How does this work? It actually uses your fast and your slow twitch muscles at the same time. Something our body as humans, we cannot do at the same time. When you think about running a marathon and squatting at the same time, physically, you just cannot do that, right? But with this machine, you actually can, because it's affecting both of those muscle fibers. So it's engaging that muscle and it's really, really contracting it. It's like doing a maximum muscle contracture every single time. So think about doing sit-ups. Imagine being on a decline bench, holding a 45-pound plate and doing 2,000 sit-ups. I don't know anybody who can do that. I wish I could do that, but I know I can't do that. Can you do that? Kelsey can't do it either. But right now, that's what she's doing. Think about squatting 2,000 times. Body won't allow us to happen. You want to build a booty? This is going to build a booty. So what it does is it actually tones, strengthens, and firms your muscles. Now, people say, oh my gosh, am I going to have a six-pack? Well, if you already have muscle definition, that's very possible. Now, if you are looking really just to tone, strengthen, and firm, then this is a perfect thing for you also. I have a client who has MS, and it really does help those muscles in her legs just so they don't atrophy. So it's not just for somebody who's looking for the six-pack. If you want a little booty lift, guess what? You're going to get it with this. Yeah. And it's also great for your quads. So right now, those are the three places that it's FDA cleared. So for abdomen, your quads or your thighs and your buttocks. Those are the three places right now. Now, who can't do it? Sadly, somebody who has, if we're doing the abdomen, if you do have a copper IUD, we cannot do it in that area. If you have like a Mirena or a other kind of IUD that doesn't have the copper, we can definitely do it. If you have had hernias or any mesh, we can't do your abdomen. If you have cochlear implants, again, because it's that magnetic field, it will mess it up. Or if you have a pacemaker. Other than that, everyone is a candidate. Who doesn't want to have stronger, tighter muscles?
Yeah. One of the questions, Erin, is how uncomfortable, right? We're doing 2,000 sit-ups on a decline with a 45-pound weight. Like, how are we going to feel? So let's talk through that. You know, I've done the treatments, but let's talk what we've experienced with our clients. Yeah.
Yeah, so you really are going to feel your muscles really engage, really, really tight. And again, the more muscle fibers you do have, Kelsey's saying yes, the more muscle fibers you have, the more intense it's going to be. So that means the more muscle that you have versus somebody who doesn't, that person who has more muscle is going to feel it more than the person who's really just trying to get that strength in there. I know you and I have both experienced doing our thighs, and that one's that's a little tense a little bit, because it really does, you know, your quads are really one of the largest muscle groups, right? Yeah. So you put that machine on there and it's going to contract that. And I don't know if anybody's had like really, really hard massages and how that feels. Sometimes I kind of think of it like somebody just really doing a really hard massage on me. Now, is it something like I can't do it? Oh my gosh, no, absolutely. You know, I'm still gonna persevere through it because the results obviously outweigh that.
Right.
But,
well, and what's great about it is it starts off low and we build the intensity. You work with your providers so that you handle the intensity that you feel comfortable with, and you can build on it, which by the end you can usually build more, which is absolutely incredible. It does help strengthen all of those muscles for quad, your buttocks muscles. One of the reasons 100%. I do it is because I have arthritis and I'm not able to do as much movement and lift like I used to. So it really helps me maintain that muscle strength without hurting my joints, which has absolutely been incredible. We've seen great results with that. Erin and I have together. They're asking about, you know, timing of treatments and how many areas you can do at once.
Perfect. That is exactly what I was just getting ready to get at. So when we're doing our abdomen or our buttocks, it's a 30-minute treatment. When we do your quads, it's 20-minute treatment. Now, when I say an initial treatment, everybody has to have an initial treatment. And what that means is Kelsey's going to do this 4 times. She's going to do this This is her first time. She's going to come back 2 to 3 days. She's going to do the second treatment. Then she's going to come back next week and we're going to do it 2 more times. That is your initial treatment. There's no varying in between that. You have to do that or we have to start over from scratch. And then we do maintenances, because think about it. If you go to the gym and you're consistent and you're starting to see muscles and then you stop going to the gym, our muscles atrophy. Same thing. So if you have a really, really, really healthy lifestyle and you're continuing to keep up the results, that's fabulous. But you're still going to need, I would recommend a maintenance. And what that means is once every 3 months. You're more than happy to do the initial treatment again, but keeping that muscles so that they're not atrophying and keeping that stimulation is going to get the long-term results. Now, when are you going to see the results? You will actually see the results after her 4th initial treatment. She will see the results, but actually 10 days later is when it's the best. So that's kind of how that works. I'm trying to think what else.
We really see it go beautifully with CoolSculpting. If you have some areas that you want to shape up and you want to then also tone underneath, it's like working to get to that middle beautiful place of shaping and sculpting all at once. It's so amazing. We have friends who have had back, their back has had some issues because they can't do much with their core. So it really helps strengthen their core. I love the idea that we're really still building our muscles, even when sometimes we have limitations and we have perfect form and not hurting ourselves, no injuries, right? Which is incredible.
Exactly. And that's the greatest part with it is you do have perfect form because this machine is working for you. So just think about doing the hardest ab workout you have ever done in your life on crack.
Yeah. And you might be sore. You might be sore for a couple of days, but honestly, it's really not bad. I mean, if you're going to go to the gym, you're going to be a little sore anyway. So let's just.
I kind of like that soreness. I know that I did something, right? I want to feel it.
Absolutely. I love it. Thank you so much for showing us.
You're
Tell
so
Kelsey
welcome.
thank you. She's rocking it out there with her abs because that's
She's
not always.
awesome.
She's doing great. So thank you so much, Erin.
Thank you.
All right. How incredible is that? And as you know, after each and every demonstration, I get the amazing benefit of giving away some prizes. So I have one CoolSculpting session of 2 cycles. So you'll come in and do a consult, and that goes to Molly Hodges. Congratulations. For CoolTone, that goes to Katie Putman. Congratulations. And then I decided, you guys, our swag bags are so incredible. It's one of my favorite things that we do every year. And every year I'm like, how can we make them better? And we just keep getting better and better. This has 2 full-size products in it. So I'm going to give away 2 2 swag bags tonight for this time. And that goes to Chrissy Culver and Sarah Cook. So congratulations, ladies, for all your winning. I have so much to give away tonight. So you want to stick around for that. We are going to be moving into hair, which is super exciting. And I wanted to share while we're going into that space that this week, one of our stylists, Brooke Nelson, she is one of our associate stylists who's gone through our training program. She's absolutely a delight and so talented. She has been my stylist this whole week. So when you see all of my hair and the ones that I post, that is who's been doing that. And her mom and grandma have been joining us on Zoom from Iowa. So I wanted to just say a quick hello to Mama Lori and Grandma Mary. Thanks for joining us and thanks for supporting Brooke. And thank you, Brooke, for taking amazing job of my hair this week. So lots of fun with that. Now we are going to learn about one of our most amazing haircutting techniques that we have here at Facetté. We are one of the only ones in Northern Colorado that offer it, and in Colorado. We were the first to bring it to Colorado, which is absolutely incredible. And we have one of the only educators in the United States who does this, this cutting technique. It's a special tool and an incredible technique. I'm just waiting for the ladies. Oh, there they are. Are you ladies ready for me?
We are so ready.
Hello, let's talk
calligraphy. So I want to
favorite.
introduce Nichelle. She's
Hi,
one
everyone.
of the gold educators. Show them your beautiful wand, your beautiful pen. Yes. So Nichelle is our gold calligraphy educator, and my name is Chrissy, and I am a Black certified calligraphy cut artist. So today we're going to watch Nichelle create some lovely layers in our model's hair today. she has already cut the line, which is the bottom or the length, has already been done with the calligraphy pen. And if you can look and see how lovely and soft that line is, it creates just this really broken up, but healthy looking line that makes it full and fabulous with lots of movement. So now Nichelle is going to create a layer inside of there. And this tool is like cutting hair with a paintbrush. It's amazing. You will be so excited to see.
Alrighty, and so just to let you guys know a little bit about what I'm doing is Chloe here is wanting a little bit more of like a layered, kind of like a long bob shag. And so we're creating a little bit more movement in the hair and creating some shorter layers, kind of keeping the length intact because her goal is to grow her hair out. Calligraphy is great for fine hair. I mean, it's great for all hair types, but it's definitely great for fine hair that is really heavy, has a hard time getting volume. It almost triples every hair in diameter. So that's super exciting if you're somebody who wants to maximize each hair strand. And yeah, it's super exciting. Does anybody have any specific questions about calligraphy?
There hasn't been any specific questions about calligraphy, but maybe let's talk about how the pen works, you know, differently in the different hair types that it works for. It's saying, here's some questions. Does it plump on each strand? What's the science? So maybe just talking through that piece of it.
That's brilliant. And I actually grabbed my calligraphy pen to have that conversation. So great question. The science behind it, actually, I'll give you like the brief synopsis of Frank from Germany was watching his wife cut flowers in the garden one day and saw that she was cutting her flowers at an angle. Those of you who are gardeners will know that when you cut each individual stem at an angle, it actually enhances the stem's ability to absorb moisture, which in turn allows your roses to last longer. So Frank, being the creative genius that he is, decided to kind of correlate how would this work with hair. And what he found was when you cut hair at an angle, you actually increase the diameter of the hair, which allows for less split ends and more fluidity in the movement of the hair. And a razor is always been a great way to create texture in hair. But when you look underneath a microscope, if you were to look at that hair underneath a microscope, excuse me, you would see that the diameter actually decreases, which is an increased appearance of flyaways and also can create some damage when the hair is being shredded. This particular little tool here is offset internally at a 3-degree angle. So you can see that it's at this little subtle angle. Can you see that, Amanda?
Yep, we can see it.
Fabulous. And actually the 3-degree angle is what pharmacists cut a pill at to cut it in half so that it won't break. And Frank found that when you do offset that cutting angle just a little bit, you're able to not break and cause breakage in the hair. And then the whole tool itself, when you hold it up to the hair, is offset at 21 degrees, and cutting the ends of the hair at 21 degrees is what Nichelle was talking about, increases that diameter, which again reduces the amount of breakage and also creates a lot of fluid movement within the hair, creates texture without the shredding and the decrease in the diameter.
Will you talk about how it actually helps with the strength of the hair?
I'm sorry, say that one more time. Someone has their audio on. I'm sorry.
I know, I'm
can't
working
hear
on
it.
it.
Okay.
Would you talk to how it helps with the health of the hair?
Absolutely. So it's twofold. It helps with the hair because we also, in addition to utilizing the calligraphy cut and increasing the diameter of the hair, which reduces split ends, and so the hair doesn't continue to split up and break, we also utilize a Fusio dose treatment. That's a customizable treatment that we're able to address the integrity issues or integrity needs of each individual hair, head of hair, excuse me.
And that I'm working
Where the
on.
women don't get very
Okay,
hot
sorry about that.
compared to the men.
I'm sorry, Nichelle, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, so another thing that calligraphy is great for also kind of along the lines of everything being tripled in diameter is if you have really thick hair, one thing that you can do is with the calligraphy cut, I could take out quite a bit of weight in the hair and that creates more of a full shape still. You don't lose your shape from your base to your ends. Like if some people have had razor cuts in the past, you have really thick hair and you get your hair thinned out, you can look really full at the base and then look shredded and kind of stringy on the ends. And calligraphy is great with the technology of tripling every hair, of keeping that intact so you can remove that uncomfortability weight, reduce blow dry time, have a little bit more ease in the day-to-day styling, but not lose the nice full shape that thick hair gives you. So that's also another great benefit of calligraphy.
Absolutely. And I have to say, I think I was the first person in Colorado to receive a calligraphy cut. I had like a little pixie, and personal experience at that time, I had really thick, medium textured hair. So I had a lot of hair and it was not super fine, but it wasn't very coarse. And the movement in my hair was incredible. Like increasing that diameter size did not make my thick hair feel thicker. It actually like made it feel more airy and light. And that's usually the feedback. Wouldn't you say that our clients give when we ask them, is that it feels, it's not like it's thinner, it just feels lighter and more airy. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, most definitely. You almost feel, yeah, airy is a perfect word actually. You feel lighter, but your hair looks fuller. And I like to call it like hair magic because it's definitely the more you cut, like the more full it gets. And I'm just going to take a quick look real quick, but
gorgeous.
You can kind of start to see. So we're transitioning Chloe's whole look. So we're giving her a fringe and like a nice little layered shag. So you can already see that the hair starts to get a little bit more movement, a little bit more volume, even with it wet versus the side that doesn't. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to pull on your hair a little bit. But if you can kind of see here just how the difference is of how this side just is very heavy, doesn't move. I mean, granted that some of that is the layering, but a lot of that has to do too with just the movement that it causes. Also with fine hair, you're not going to get like a very choppy look. You're going to get a nice, fluid, soft transition.
That's a brilliant talking point. Can we talk about how many clients want choppy layers? Girls and guys, if that's your preference, let me tell you, you don't want choppy layers. You want Nichelle and I to teach you how to style your hair to look piecey and choppy. You want layers that are blended and fluid and fabulous, because when you have choppy layers, life is real hard. So what I love about the calligraphy pen is you can get all of that lovely like fluid movement, and the layers are always going to be soft and blended and have the really like a movement like water. We keep saying fluidity, but that's like really one of the best ways to describe how the hair feels after it's been cut. And can we talk about our beautiful model here?
She's
Look
beautiful.
at, isn't she gorgeous? She looks like a little pixie. She's
Well,
so cute.
And with calligraphy pen, you're cutting the style into the hair, and it can also reduce your blow dry time. So we always talk about like our beauty routine and how we can make it better, but it can reduce that timing, right? And that's great.
It is. Yeah. Nichelle mentioned that earlier, how reducing the bulk, especially out of hair that has more density or is thicker, meaning more hair per square inch, it can really take out that weight. And like Nichelle said, it will reduce your blow dry time, as well as it will create that lightness and movement without making the hair shape look collapsed or making the hair look thin. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, is when, you know, people go in and thin out thick hair and then it's like all thin and shapeless on the ends and then thick and bushy at the scalp area. It really creates a challenge. And with calligraphy, if you won't have that issue.
Right. And one of the questions is this an option for haircuts? Do you have to ask for it for a separate service? We would prefer you ask for a calligraphy cut because we want to make sure we have enough time to be able to do the service that you're asking for, but it can be a part of any service that you do. You can ask for a calligraphy cut. We can add it on to any other color service. We have plenty of options for that. And we have different levels of stylists. Nichelle is our gold level stylist because she's had the most education and done the most haircuts and is an educator for the United States. How many, Nichelle, actual gold calligraphy stylists are there in the United States?
Oh, wow. I believe when I got certified, there was 25 of us, I believe.
Yeah, and so,
And I'm the only one in Colorado. So that's super
Yes.
exciting.
so she is definitely of the
amazing.
elite, and we are so lucky to have her here, which means that she
Oh,
gets to
thank
help all of
you.
us with our calligraphy.
Absolutely.
Would you address, it's interesting because it's called calligraphy cut. So sometimes the misconception is it's a specific cut, like a shorter haircut or whatever.
Mm,
It really
yes.
is a tool and a technique that is not a specific haircut, right? You can long hair,
Absolutely.
you can do short hair, you can do curly hair, you can do any of the styles that we would normally do. It's just the pen and the technique.
Absolutely. At Facette, we're really big on customizing, whether it's your color, your treatment, your haircut. And this tool is really one of our greatest ways to customize each haircut to each guest. Think of like layers. We have our friends who have hair down to their waist that have layers, and then we have friends with a cute little bob that have layers too. So layers is not a haircut per se, but it is a technique, a way of creating a different type of shape within the hair. And you do all the same techniques that you would with a scissor or a shear. My preference is to call it scissor. I'm just going to call it scissor moving forward, just so we're all clear. I'm talking about scissors, right? You can do all the same techniques and haircuts that you do with a scissor with this pen. However, with this pen, like Michelle had said earlier, you actually get an increase in the diameter, which reduces your breakage and creates that more fluid movement for more finer textures of hair. Also for more thick textures of hair as well. Going back to what Michelle said, it's going to reduce the bulk and help reduce your blow dry time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, great
And
question.
you do feel, I want to speak to that. When you get a calligraphy cut, it feels very different on your head as you're getting the haircut than any other hair cutting technique I've ever had. You feel it kind of at the root because just the way you cut it, it cuts each individual hair almost. So it feels different. It's almost an experience in itself, the way it feels when you're getting the haircut.
It absolutely is. I remember when I got my first calligraphy cut from Julian, I felt like I was going to fall asleep the whole time, but I had all this pressure to like not fall asleep because I was a model. It really does feel, and you said it's almost like each individual hair is being cut, but literally each individual hair is being cut at this 21-degree angle. When the technique is utilized correctly, you get this incredible fluid movement in your finished result, but while you're getting the haircut, it feels like a little follicle massage, because and some people have commented, even when we're cutting hair down to like right here, it feels like we're cutting all the way up to the scalp. And really that's more of a sensory experience that you're having versus what's actually happening. You're just feeling each of those individual hairs being cut versus us actually cutting all the way up to your scalp. That's a really great a little tidbit to mention, Amanda. Thank you. It does feel very different.
It does feel very different. I like how it feels, and I could see how that would be something like different as a piece of what that is. When you do a calligraphy cut with us at Facette, we do include a complimentary treatment, which is all customized for what your hair needs are. So you're going to absorb all that treatment and walk away feeling like your hair feels just amazing.
Absolutely.
Everybody
and
says
really
they want it right now. A big rush.
Girl, guy, call and make an appointment. Anyone can do it. It's amazing. Yes, absolutely. Amazing. I say anyone. There's a few exceptions. So really with that, you would want to have a conversation with your calligraphy cut artist and make sure if you do want a calligraphy cut that you call Facette and you specifically ask for a calligraphy cut artist, because at this point in time, not all of our team members are certified in calligraphy cut. However, that is eventually the goal. COVID threw a little wrench in that. And so we're working on our process on how to get the rest of our team certified. But yeah, and honestly, sometimes people are a little bit afraid, and I can tell you if there's any reason that a calligraphy cut would not suit you, our artists would be very honest and frank about it. Now, what's amazing is that if for some weird reason you're not a candidate for calligraphy, which is very small percentage of people, we can also still do that amazing Fusio dose on you. So you can still get benefits from the treatment, the strengthening, the moisture, the smoothing, whatever it is that your hair needs. And we can give you a great result with a scissor as well.
One thing I wanted to add also is that if you are a person who doesn't like a lot of layers, just because we're doing a lot of layers today doesn't mean that you have to do that. One other thing that is great for calligraphy is if you have a lot of hair and you feel like you get mushroomed, like kind of shaped or too big, but you don't want a bunch of layers, you can go in and really take out that weight and help make the shape that you want without having to layer it a ton, which is another great thing. Also with curly hair, your curls could get more volume. If you are somebody who wants to maximize your curls and your shape, you can definitely use calligraphy to help give more drama to the hair if that is what you're looking for.
And my client Spencer, she's going to be one of our models on the red carpet. She's a great example of how calligraphy really enhances. I have a hair on my mouth. I'm sorry, guys. This is just the realness. This is just the real. I'm trying to talk, but I feel like it's like sticking together. Okay, we're good. Okay, so my client Spencer, you'll see that her curls, what's amazing with curly hair especially, but with any of the hair, is if you want the hair to push a certain direction, you'll get that directional movement based on how you cut the hair. So I have some fabulous pixies that I do that like the hair to flip up. So I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna cut that hair in an upwards motion. And when you cut that angle with the short down and the long up, the short pushes the hair up and it creates this like flip. So when you're using curls or using it on curls, you'll actually see like we can cut up and then we'll cut the next section down. And these curls, they're moving different directions and they're bouncing off of each other, which creates this enhanced shape and volume and movement, if that's what you're going for. Now, if you want like reduction in that, we teach you with styling on how to reduce maybe some of the rebelliousness and fullness, but the curls love calligraphy. It's almost all of my girls that rock their hair curly utilize calligraphy cut. It's amazing. Wouldn't you say the same thing? Curls is like a big win with calligraphy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then curls are, especially in Colorado where we're so incredibly dry, that extra treatment is always really great for curls anyways. And then you get that enhanced movement and almost definition of curl with the calligraphy pen. So I think all curls should try it at least once and see how they feel about it if you like to rock your curls.
Agreed, especially in those times where we're definitely dry and everything feels a little heavy and dry and we need all the extra moisture. So those Fusio dose is something you want to make sure you add on to all of your treatments any of your treatments in the hair salon, because it just makes a huge difference, especially in our world. And we can customize it to any of the things that you need. And our hair changes just like our skin through the seasons. And so we can adjust what that looks like. For our promotions for the anniversary party, we are doing $25 off of calligraphy cut, depending on the level of stylist that you choose, because that pricing is different per stylist. All of them have been trained. Obviously, Nichelle at the gold level will have a very different pricing than those that are at the black level. But please call and make those appointments. Again, you can buy that calligraphy cut and continue on that style, and we will get you all set to go. Okay, make sure that is all done. Aw, that's so cute. I also forgot to share real quick, Chrissy, while you guys are finishing up that haircut before we go to the red carpet, I forgot to share the promotions for CoolSculpting and CoolTone. I get so excited with you guys, sometimes I forget, so I apologize. But for CoolSculpting, when you purchase 6 or more of those treatments, they're at 50% off the regular price, which is a huge savings, huge. And we can get you in for a quick mini consult so we know how much you're going to need and be able to do. And then also for the CoolTone, remember you have to have those first initial 4, that pack of 4 to get you going. And that is $1,800, and that is a $600 savings. It's actually our largest savings for our anniversary week this week. So just a reminder on that. It's looking so beautiful, Chrissy.
She's doing amazing. It's so gorgeous. Look at that fringe. You guys, fringe is a huge trend right now.
It's
in. It is in. However, I will tell you, it is not a substitute for Botox. I love how you laughed. You knew exactly where I was going. Do not cut bangs if you think you need Botox. Ask me how I know.
How do you know, Chrissy? How is that?
Because I was possessed by a bang demon before brunch. I literally blacked out and woke up and had real short little bangs, and now they're growing out, and it's fine. It's a trend, so I'm cool with it.
Bangs look good. It looked good. If anybody can rock it, she can. But it is a trend. I'm seeing bangs everywhere.
It's a huge trend. Absolutely huge trend. And so I really love how Nichelle, if you notice the shape, how it's very like diffused and broken, and then it follows the natural, beautiful shape of her face, and her cheekbones are definitely a focal point of her beautiful face. And those little fringe, those little bottleneck bangs end perfect right at her cheekbone. And that's what we're looking for when we cut a fringe. We want to find something that softens and kind of makes our face feel a little more youthful, and then emphasizes our most prominent features. So Nichelle, she freaking nailed it. Good
Yeah.
job.
It's
Yes.
beautiful.
100%.
I think all
Love
of
it.
our clients are saying they're excited that bangs are back.
Word. Yes,
Right?
us 80s babies, we're all about the bangs, no doubt.
Well, and we're seeing that. It was
No.
interesting. Chrissy and I just read an article about how the trends kind of come back around, and some people seem to love it and some people aren't sure about how that is. But I feel like history always plays some sort of part in our fashion and our beauty and in our trends and what that looks like. I love that we have the wherewithal to, you know, update it and figure out new ways to do it. So I love it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I think that we have exhausted all of our conversation over here at the Calligraphy Cut. Let's cut to Lauren
Are we ready
over
for
at the red
some
carpet.
red
Yes.
carpet? Thanks,
everyone.
ladies.
Thank you.
We are ready for the red carpet.
Can you guys hear me?
I'm having a hard time hearing you, Miss Lauren.
Can you hear me now? Are we good?
I see Miss Erin. Let me, technical difficulties. We've gone most of the week actually pretty good without them. Well, let me tell you a little bit about what we have going on the red carpet. Super exciting. Our red carpet looks tonight are from Lemons and Lace. They are an incredible little boutique here in town. If you have not been by there, they're absolutely great, and we're going to be giving away a gift certificate for them tonight. So they are styling our models tonight so we can show you some after haircuts.
That's okay, I can do it.
I can hear you now, Lauren. I can't see you.
It's back
All
here.
right, here we are.
Can you hear us now?
I can hear you. Oh, there we are. I see you.
Perfect. We're here at the red carpet. That was a wonderful calligraphy demonstration from Chrissy and Nichelle, and they talked a lot about all the different hairstyles that you can create with the calligraphy pen, which
Yes.
we absolutely love. I do a whole lot of it behind the chair myself. This is actually my wonderful mom that is our model tonight. She has a super cute pixie, if you want to turn towards me. She has been actually in the process of growing her hair out, which is a wonderful way to utilize the calligraphy cut. So it's super fun. She has this cute, you can turn back to
Yeah,
the
it's
front,
beautiful.
cute pixie cut that she's wanting to grow out the front, leave the back a little bit shorter. So this is a great example of a way that you can use calligraphy cut in a little bit different style. So you can head back and we'll bring out our other model, Spencer, who Chrissy talked about earlier with these lovely curls.
Aww.
So I know, beautiful.
All
She
the
has this
redheads
gorgeous-
tonight. We have all the pretty redheads
know.
tonight.
Yes, she has this gorgeous naturally red hair, which is absolutely amazing. If you want to turn around for me, it can show, as Chrissy mentioned, this gorgeous curl in her hair, all natural and accentuated by the calligraphy pen. So super beautiful. And Spencer was just telling me earlier how calligraphy cut has really changed her life with her curls to really embrace her natural hair texture and just not putting heat on it all the time. So she gets to rock this gorgeous look. So Mom, if you want to come back out, we have our gorgeous models tonight, both dressed in their unique looks by
So
Lemons
cute.
and Lace, which is
Oh goodness, it is gonna be that night, I think.
the
Well-
night.
Well, we are gonna just wait till that next demonstration that we have. Sorry about our technical difficulties tonight. We have a lot going on. I'm not exactly sure what's happening, but I have some giveaways. So fear not, we have some amazing things. If you want to try Calligraphy Cut, it really truly is a game changer, something that we offer that no other salon offers in Fort Collins, which I love that we have the capability to do that. I had never seen a cutting technique like this, and when we were at a hair show, I saw it, and like they said, it's from Germany, and we love the founder and creator of this and his educator. They're just absolutely incredible. So just a fun way to be able to do something different and have something where it's your own unique style. So we're going to give away a calligraphy cut, and that goes to Kathy Minshoff. So congratulations, Kathy. We have a calligraphy cut for you. And I'm going to do 2 more swag bags, and that goes to Julie Chen and Jean Olson. Congratulations, ladies. Those will be on your account. You can call, make appointments so that you can get in. We love when we get to give away all of the things. One of the things that we're doing this year differently that is so near and dear to my heart and our whole entire team is giving back to our community. Without the community, we wouldn't be where we are. And we think it's really important to give back. And there's so many different ways that we're able to do that. One of the ways that we're doing that this year is we're partnering with Crossroads Safe House. And we're giving a portion of our proceeds from this week. It's a big week for us because this is the only time that we actually do the promotions like we're doing for all of our services. We typically don't do that. Throughout the year, we'll pair some things and we try and share those things and pass along other promotions that we get through our partners and vendors. But the way that we're doing it this time with the majority of our treatments on promotion, we only do that once a year, and it's at our anniversary to give back and share with you all. So it is really special for us to be able to give back in that sense as well. And we're partnering with Crossroads Safe House. They help our community and victims of domestic violence. And they have so many other things. They shared last night that they actually have a program that is peer taught, that they go into the high schools and teach adolescents about healthy relationships, what to expect in a healthy relationship. Could you imagine if you grew up in an unhealthy household and then got into an unhealthy relationship because you didn't know any different? And how incredible that we're able to teach what that looks like. And we have almost raised $1,000 for them. My goal is for us to continue to double that. And if you go into our webpage, we're going to put the link actually here in the chat box as well. If you click on that and you donate $5 or more, your name will go into the drawing for our big grand prize drawing. That's over $3,000 worth of treatments and products and goodies like Dior lip and Kendra Scott earrings and a $50 gift card to Dominic's, $1,500 worth of treatments at Facetté. You do not want to miss being a part of that. And we're going to draw that person live on Friday. So, and I'm going to share more about those promotions here pretty quickly, but it looks like, so excited. It looks like our girls are ready. Are you guys ready back there?
We're ready.
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
We're doing great.
We're
All right,
so excited.
We're so excited too. I'm Jenny and this is Emmy, and we're both estheticians here at Facetté. And we're so excited to talk about our chemical peels tonight. We've got Alicia as our model, and she's actually all prepped and ready for the treatment. We've done a double cleanse on her. We've degreased with alcohol, and then as you can see, we've applied some barrier around her eyes, nose, and lips. And tonight we're going to be demoing our age-defying intensive layered peel. And the great thing about layered peels is it's just boosted results. And this feels great for dry, normal, combo skin, so all skin types. And it's going to treat aging as well as mild discolorations. And we're going to get started. So with our first peel layer, we're going to be using our micro peel sensitive peel. And what I love about this peel is it's considered our glow and go peel. It's red carpet ready. You can do it day of if you've got a big event that night and you're just going to have great, beautiful glowing skin. And that's if you choose to do this as a standalone. So she's going to apply the peel, and she's got 3 minutes before the next layer. And as you can see, she's just going to be working along the face. And really, to back it up a little bit, what is a chemical peel? And so really, the great thing about chemical peels is it's an excellent way to exfoliate your skin. And we offer a variety of different levels
from superficial to deep superficial. And this one's going to fall in the category of very superficial. It's a great starter peel if you've never had a peel before. And what it's really going to do is exfoliate the skin surface to reduce your blemishes, smooth your skin, texture, refine your pores, give radiance, restore your skin's health. And as you can see, she just looks a little bit pink just around these areas, which is great.
Zoom in just a little bit.
Oh, can you zoom in a little bit?
Just so they can see. Yeah, just a little pink. And Jenny, I think it's important to note that even though they're called peels, not every peel do you peel with. For instance, my face, right? We've been sharing my face all week, but not every peel do you peel with.
Yes, and that's exactly right. And, you know, with each of the peels that we offer, there is a very particular pre-care and post-care for you to follow. To, you know, that pre-care is really going to prep your skin. And the more that your skin is prepped and more attuned to doing just some regular exfoliation, the better your rejuvenation time is going to be. You know, with the peel like this, you're looking at, like I said, 0 to 1 days. And then as we move up with our peels, as we're getting to the second layer time, we've got a couple minutes left. We're going to be adding in our peel layer 2, which is our micro peel 20. We have the option with this particular treatment to do a micro peel 20 or a micro peel 30, which is 20% or 30% glycolic acid. And that's going to fall under our AHAs that we offer. So the alpha hydroxy peels. And those peels in particular, those are going to be treating your signs of aging, your fine lines, your wrinkling, your uneven skin tone. We've got, in addition to this micropeel 20 and 30, you can take a couple steps back and do a gel peel GL. We can do a micro peel sensitive, and I've got a great visual that Amanda's going to show you, kind of each order of these and how it works down into the skin, being from, you know, very superficial to deep superficial. And then the next step above our micro peel 20 and 30 is our pigment balancing peel. And that's going to be a 40% glycolic with vitamin C. And there you're going to have a little bit more downtime. We're looking more at about 1 to 3 days of that skin rejuvenation time. And typically we don't see sheet peeling with that. It's going to be more of like a skin dandruff, just like flakiness of the skin. And Emmy is now buffing off this first layer of the peel. And then she's going to reset the timer. We're going to do 3 minutes again with the micro peel. And what we're looking for the end point is uniform erythema. So we can go up to 3 minutes, but if she's done before that, then we're going to neutralize her. And what's great about each of these peels is that they're totally custom to your skin type and how your skin is reacting. You know, we're looking for, with this peel, we're looking for the universal generalized erythema. For our TCA, our endpoint is frosting. We're looking for that white frosting on the skin. And while we do 3 passes with that peel, we may not be doing 3 passes in each area if another area has already reached its endpoint. All right. And everything
one of
is
the
looking
things,
great.
Jenny, I wanted to say about Facette that's different when it comes to peels and those kind of things is that the peels that we use here at Facette are medical grade peels, which means we have to have a medical director that oversees that because of what we can actually get down into the dermis. Because we're medical grade, we can also do dual exfoliation where we can do a microderm or a dermaplane and a peel on top of that. Or we can do like what Jenny's talking about, which is peel layering and really customizing your results with medical grade peels. That isn't something that can be done with everyone, right?
That's absolutely right. Yep, that's absolutely right. And I was going to say this is a good time to check in with Alicia and see how is she feeling? What does this feel like?
That's what they're asking, so we want to know.
So let them know, how is it feeling?
It feels a little tingly, but nothing uncomfortable. It's just cold, and I've got this nice cool fan, so really comfortable.
Great. And what's great is, you know, we're always trying to offer ways to keep you most comfortable between it's a fan, or we can do some tapotement on the skin to give you a distraction with some of our Other deeper peels or deeper layered peels, we can even put an ice pack or cool compress under your neck, anything to just keep you comfortable during your treatment.
I would say too, I've had a myriad of our peels. I love peels. Peels, people ask me about my skin a lot, and really peels have made a difference in my skin and medical grade skincare. I would say too that the fact is that it's maybe a little bit warm, maybe sometimes a little bit stingy, but it's not so uncomfortable you feel like you can't bear it ever.
I absolutely agree. Absolutely. And then what else I was going to mention as far as our AHA peels, so I went over the options for that. With those peels, you are able to add on a dermaplane with those peels. You're not able to do it with the layered peels, but with those AHAs, if you want a little extra boost of exfoliation to really push away all that dry skin, that vellus hair, and really get a nice deep peel, it's just an easy add-on, and I'd say it's really popular for them to just be a combo treatment. So now I'm going to move on to the BHA peels, and that's going to treat more problematic skin, more acne-prone skin. If you've got texture issues or larger pores, the gel peel is going to be a great option for you. That's got 20% salicylic, 10% mandelic. And then we also have a micro peel 20 and 30% plus that's going to be salicylic, so 20 and 30% salicylic, whereas this one's going to be your glycolic, and that salicylic is going to be great for more acne prone skin types. And the micro peels are also great because you can do them as soon as 2 weeks apart. We sell them in a series of 3. And so in 6 weeks, you can get through, all 3 of those. And then we can look at changing up your treatment plan to some of our deeper peels, which is going to be like an advanced corrective or a TCA. And that's something that, again, you could then space it out. Those are going to be about 4 weeks apart. So you could do a series of 3 then following that over the course of 3 months post. And it's really, they all complement each other really well. And what's nice about the peels is that they're all customized to exactly, the skin type, your skin goals, and all the SkinCeuticals products for the pre and the post. And then just to give you a little more info about the advanced corrective, that's going to be 14% salicylic acid and 14% lactic. And again, that's going to be spaced more like 4 weeks apart. It's going to be a bit more of a rejuvenation downtime, more about 5 to 7 days. And we typically do see actually sheet peeling, darker pigments on the skin from just pigmentation rising up. But it really is going to give you a really dramatic rejuvenation of diminishing, the fine lines, wrinkling, pores, and just really brightening up the skin. And then our deepest peel is our TCA, and it's 15% TCA mixed with 3% glycolic. And again, you're going to have about 5 to 7 days of downtime. You're going to want to do it in a series of 3 for best results. And, in the first day, let's say day 1 to 3, you may be more pink, have a little bit of swelling, tightness of the skin. Around days 3 to 5, you may see more sheet, not necessarily sheet peeling, you may, depending on where you're at in your skin cycle of cell turnover, but typically we see more of that dandruff texture again. And then by day 7, you're looking great, refined, and it's just such a beautiful treatment. I love the TCA. I'd say that one is probably next to the micro peel most popular.
Yeah, it definitely is, and you get great results. So a few questions real quick, Jenny, while we jump into it. They're asking about how quickly do you see results, right? And we do have a lot of options, and that's what, again, like everything that we offer here at Facetté, we really want to customize it to what your needs are. So the best thing is to come in for a consult, and let's talk about that. And they're asking specific ones for oily skin, and then how often, right? We can do peel packages, we can do peel layering. So can you speak to a few of those?
Absolutely. Yes. So to kind of back it up again, the oily skin is going to be more of the BHAs. So the micropeel plus with the salicylic, everything can be sold in a series of 3. You get $100 off if you purchase a series of 3. Each one of those, because I know there is a lot of options, each one of those has a specific time frame for downtime, but also how they should be spaced. Typically the mid-grade line peels, those micro peels, are going to be about 2 to 4 weeks. Our deeper peels are going to be 4 weeks. The first layer of this peel that you saw today, that is going to be day of event. Like you could do it this morning, and if you had a wedding to go to that night, your skin's going to be in great shape. It's
So
going to be
glowy.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And then I did want to add, as far as, the layering of the peel, I mentioned how you can add on a dermaplane, but with the layering of the peel, we have a couple options where you can add on that micro peel, and you get a $50 savings when you do that with adding on the micro peel. So it's a $100 add-on to the peels.
Yeah. Kimberly, with the peels, do they create sun sensitivity? And if so, what do we want to avoid, and for how long for that? Because we're not near a lot of sun yet, but we're starting to come up on spring break and summer.
Absolutely. So when we're talking about pigment balancing, advanced corrective, TCA, you do not want to be going on a vacation a week later. You've got to think about how many times you're in the sun to get to that point of where you need that rejuvenation. So with all of our peels, you do want to avoid the sun as far as vacations, but certainly, definitely 100% those 3 deeper layer peels. After every treatment, that 5 days post-care, we're going to recommend minimal exfoliation, gentle cleansing, always using your SkinCeuticals antioxidant of choice paired with your sunscreen every day. And even more so, do not skip a day post-peel. As far as skin sensitivity to the sun, again, it's going to be more of the pigment balancing, TCA advanced corrective. If you've never had a peel before and you haven't done a lot of exfoliation, I'm not going to start you with one of those deeper peels. We're going to probably scale it back and see how you do, and then just really customize your treatment plan, looking long-term and even planning around what your vacations are.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that makes the most sense. And planning around those things, we can create a treatment plan. Absolutely. What do
So
we
right
have
now,
happening with
Emmy,
our model? Yeah.
Yeah, so I was going to say, you can see she's just a beautiful pink. This is a nice, healthy pink. This is exactly what we were looking for. And we are going to be always finishing off our chemical peels with our CE ferulic. And then she's going to get the epidermal repair, which is just going to give her a little bit more hydration. And then always finishing with our SPF. And her skin looks gorgeous. How do you feel?
Great. Yeah, it feels really nice.
Good.
I love it. Did you want
Were there
me?
any? Oh, and yes, I didn't know if you shared the screenshot.
I haven't yet. Do you want me to share it?
Yes, and I would love for everyone to see that. It's going to show you, because I know there was no visual to all the peels I was talking about, but it's going to show you the very superficial down to deep superficial peels and give you a great visual that I love to use during our consultation to kind of show you where's a good place to start and, planning just ahead for that. And so, yes, Amanda's going to show you the screenshot now.
Yeah, so you guys can see this where it talks about the gel peel, and that's going to be very superficial. So on the left side, it's going to show you how deep that goes into the dermis and epidermis. And then we go micro peel, then there's the micro peels together and how that looks, pigment balancing, advanced corrective, and then our TCA. So when Jenny was talking about that TCA peel, that is our most popular. That one definitely gets all the way deep. You can see it's the deepest one, but we also get some amazing results from that. Jenny, do you want to talk a little bit about how, because there's some questions about how the TCA peel that you and I were just looking at that goes so deep right into the dermis, and our PRX, which is a TCA. So that can be confusing as to why there's some different outcomes as far as what that looks like. When you want to speak to the difference of that?
Yes, absolutely. So the biggest thing is going to be where it's working on the skin. You see in that visual, that TCA, it's going right on the surface, straight down. The PRXT TCA is actually bypassing that epidermal layer and going down into the dermis. So it's not damaging the skin on the way. Whereas these peels, the SkinCeutical peels, we are safely damaging and injuring the skin for it to rejuvenate. And so the way the TCA PRXT, to compare that, is, again, it's bypassing the epidermis layer. So it's really leaving it not scaly or sheet peeling, and it's going straight to the dermis to work its way up. And you can do those 1 week apart, whereas the SkinCeutical TCA, you have to wait 4 weeks in between because you really want that skin to be healed. So really, it's just more that outer layer, really protecting that outer layer with the TCA for SkinCeuticals that you're seeing on that chart.
Yeah, and you may need that outer layer to slough off, right? Depending on what your skin looks
Exactly,
like and how that is, right? Like,
yep. And they definitely can still
have-
complement each other.
Absolutely. And I think they can work together, and especially how they work with the fountain of youth. So the best thing is to come in, meet with one of our providers that you feel like you've connected with this week. That's why we share all of them with you. And so you can come in and make a treatment plan for your own specific goals. We don't want to just create a blanket plan and be like, this is what we think. It really should be about your own specific skin.
That's absolutely right. And I do think that the great thing about peels is that it can address some of the things that lasers just can't. As far as when we're talking about pigment and melasma.
Oh, absolutely. Those are important. What's next, Jenny?
All right. So we have another red carpet treatment. I love the theme tonight.
It is. You guys get all the red carpet.
Yeah, we've got 2 of our red carpet treatments.
I love red carpet.
So we've got Lawrence here, and he's already been prepped as well. And we are going to be demoing with him our oxygen facial treatment, which is hands down our #1 facial treatment that we offer. And I know you're so excited. So Emmy already prepped his skin next door. So when you think about this treatment, think of this as the mask portion of the treatment that you're going to be seeing. And we're going to talk about some of the things that are going to happen before that. But first, I want to give you a little background about Intraceuticals. It's actually an Australian-based company. They've been around for over 20 years, and they are known globally as this red carpet treatment, not only from providers or prepping for special events, but also it's become a backstage staple at concerts, movie sets, and even for celebrities before they walk out on the red carpet, because you're getting instant results and it's amazing. All right, so what we have going on here is the Rejuvenate Infusion is in this handpiece, and the unit to the left of Emmy actually is drawing in oxygen from the room, and it's being delivered through this little handpiece. So she's spraying the mist, and then she's actually going over each area to infuse it. And while she's doing that, it's actually creating a hyperbaric bubble, a hyperbaric oxygen bubble, where it's infusing hyaluronic acids, peptides, antioxidants, and driving it into the skin, where in turn, it's gonna plump it up, it's gonna sculpt it, and it's gonna give it a ton of hydration. Well, think about living in Colorado. Everybody here is dehydrated. Everybody can use this treatment. Everybody can use this treatment in between treatments, other treatments, but truly, the results are just remarkable. So what she's doing is actually following a specific pattern on the skin. And this pattern is actually stimulating the lymphatic system. And it's gonna give a nice lymphatic drainage, which is gonna attribute also to that sculpted, lifted, contoured face. And it probably feels a little cold. It feels kind of like a silver roller ball on the skin, but it's very relaxing. And I think what's great about it is you're gonna get that relaxation and pampering by getting instant results, by just enjoying the treatment, sitting in this cozy bed. And to back it up and explain to you kind of how the treatment would start is we would do a double cleanse. And then we have this really wonderful enzyme exfoliant. It's a 3-way exfoliant. It's going to have a granular, like mechanical exfoliation, as well as the lactic and salicylic acid. And so it's going to kind of sit on the skin under steam, really soften it all up and remove any of that dry skin so that the infusion really can get into the skin. And then what's really great too with this treatment, you can add on a microderm or a dermaplane. during that exfoliation piece. So to give you a little extra boost, I'd say that's our most popular combo is adding a microderm or dermaplane with the Oxygen facial.
Oh, it's so awesome because you get rid of, especially right now in Colorado, right? Like you get rid of those dry, yucky cells, and then you get to infuse all of the goodness, again, custom to whatever your skin needs. It's so amazing. The question was, can you do this with Botox? Yes, this is a facial treatment. So you could have this facial treatment and then in the same day afterwards, you could do Botox.
That's right. Absolutely. Yes, you can absolutely do that. And I think something that's important to really note, you know, what the skincare line Nutraceuticals is so proud of is that they've really perfected the molecular weight of the hyaluronic acid to really penetrate the skin. And so the serum in here, like I mentioned, it's hyaluronic acid based. It's got vitamins A, C, and E. And we also have a variety to choose from over here, where we've got, you know, vitamin C +3, the collagen, vitamin A, opulence, antioxidant, the clarity, and the atoxylene. And so each of these are chosen based on where your skin is at that day. So it truly is going to be, it can be a different treatment every time and fully customized. And so then what's important to note is, you know, as she's spraying that, it's a low molecular level of hyaluronic acid to really get into the skin, really plump it up. Immediately, you're going to see a diminished look of your fine lines and wrinkles. I just love it. It looks so good. How are you feeling?
Perfect.
It's actually, I love the experience of the Oxygen treatment because it is refreshing. Like it's very cooling.
It is.
You can, and I think the girls are going to show you, they're going to do one side and they're going to show you how one side will look completely different than the other. And you feel lifted and plump and glowing. And now I feel like I need one right now before we have tomorrow night because I feel like I'm a little dry, but it is an experience on its own because that Oxygen just is so healthy for the skin.
It is. No, it really is. And you can just feel the difference. Every time someone steps out of the room, they look in the mirror and they can't believe the difference in their skin from when they came in. And this is a treatment that you would look at doing about every 4 weeks, so monthly. And at minimum, I'd say with a change of season. This is a great treatment, like I said, for anyone, every skin type. Everybody needs this because we're all dehydrated. And at minimum, try to do it quarterly. And do you want to take a look at his skin?
We can see the before and the after effects that we have. This has been the treated side over here. You can see that he's got some lifting on his eyebrows. The crepiness under his eyes is diminished. The marionette lines here are softened.
It's so dramatically different, even especially under his eyes, and the lifting of the brow looks incredible. Absolutely. What's great about Oxygen treatment and the capability that we have, you can use it even for acneic skin. And sometimes it can, acneic skin can be a little bit sensitive and kind of like, you know, particular, right? But we have some maskne going on that we're about to be away from mask mandates. We want to show our face again. So it's a good time to like exfoliate and rehydrate and get all of those serums deep into our skin.
Yeah. So what's really great, you know, sometimes with acne or even out acne, people are just prone to be inflammatory, have an inflammatory response in their skin, or they're just prone to be red. This is a great anti-inflammatory, will help with your redness. Speaking of the acne, we do have the Clarity Serum, which is great because it does have salicylic in it. It is going to help with your acne. And with the protocol that is followed with the actual acne treatment, you actually would want to do it every 2 weeks for the treatment. So you would want to bump up the series a little bit more, but it definitely helps with the acne. And we actually set aside a couple of the kits that we had to kind of show you. If you purchase a series of 6, then you actually end up getting a discount with everything that's in the box. So it really gives you all the tools that you need for your home care to complement what's going on in the treatment room.
Yeah, I love that that promotion that Jenny's talking about is something we do every day at Facetté. Is not within our anniversary week, is something we do every day. If you buy a package of 6, you get the full size home care set of that package to take home with you. So you can constantly be using the home care at home, which is going to just complement and make everything look good. We call the products that we utilize as what we would, that you would buy here. We call them home care because it's the products you use to protect the investment of the time and the money that you've spent with each of our service providers to make sure that those results last as long as they can. Again, our skincare here with SkinCeuticals and Intraceuticals, which is the oxygen treatment, it is medical grade, which means we have to have a medical director. It's actually going to change your skin at the cellular level, completely different than cosmetic grade. So something to consider. Come ask us about how the skincare can dramatically change all the things just for you, Brittany, in your skin that you want to change, right? So I think
Absolutely.
that is an important piece to mention in that
Oh,
space.
yes. No. And home care is, like Amanda said, it's so important. I mean, I'd love for you guys to be here every day with us, but
Every day.
what you're going to be doing morning and night at home really is going to make a difference in between the treatments, whether you're here every 2 weeks, every 4 weeks, it really does matter. And I can see a difference too, just making small tweaks or adding more exfoliation. Now, as we're nearing the end of his treatment, I just want to explain the final steps that we have. So Intraceuticals has the 3-step binding system: revive, replenish, and protect. And again, each of these are created to the perfect cellular level for absorption. Revive is going to be the smallest molecule so that it can drive quickly into the skin. Replenish is going to be in the middle, and then protect is going to be the larger molecule that's going to sit on the outside and really protect, hold that moisture in. They all three work beautifully together. So we finish every treatment with those 3 steps. And then of course your sunscreen.
Sunscreen is the most important, right? When
It
we
is.
think about
It is.
It's so funny. We talk about Botox and peels and all the things for lines and wrinkles, but really, friends, sunscreen is our biggest friend when it comes to protecting our skin.
Right.
I have vacationed with these girls, and let me tell you, Mina will walk up and put sunscreen on me if I need it. So we always want to make sure that we take care of our
Right.
skin, that protection piece, right? It's okay
Yeah.
to cleanse and to treat and correct, but
That's right.
protect is the most is
That's right.
just as important. So I'm getting
And
all my
that's
words
right.
mixed up.
And the sunscreen's best friend is one of our antioxidants, because
Yes,
those
it is.
go as a pair, and you really want to layer them every day,
Every
because
day.
that's truly going to give you even more protection.
Skincare is really important. It's interesting when people ask me about my skin journey. I started working in our industry over 20 years ago now, and I was very lucky to find good skincare young. And I do think that makes a big difference, when we're using great skincare. And even if you haven't, because so many of the chat is like, oh, I need to catch up. I feel like I'm behind. We can still do so much with just getting you on track with good skincare and getting your skin
I agree.
in a good space.
I agree. And honestly, people ask me all the time, what is the one thing I'm going to need? What is the one thing I should use? And truly, it's going to be, either your CE ferulic antioxidant, your Floritin, or your Silymarin combined with your SPF. Like, if you can only get one thing, that's going to be what it is.
No, you're so right. And it's that antioxidant, that's that corrector that we need. Well, what's great about what you guys are showing, thank you so much for sharing with us peel layering. Peel layering is a new dual treatment that we're offering here. And one of our promotions this anniversary week is the Oxygen Facial Treatment plus Microderm, which is a $50 savings because it's normally $210 and it's $170. You can purchase 2 of those where you get the Microderm. So now we're going to slough off all that winter dullness, and we're going to infuse it with all the amazingness from Intraceuticals. So you want to make sure that you can get those on the books before we start, when the sun starts coming out and we're excited to get out and see everybody again, right? Is there anything else you girls would add?
No, I think everybody needs this treatment, and I'm so happy to announce that we have this promotion going on. And you're going to love it. I can't wait to see you.
I love it. Thank you guys so much. So much information. You guys are so incredibly educated. You help me every day with my skin, and I appreciate you so much. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Oh, I love it. Thank you, Paula, for saying my skin looks good. I shared earlier, but I know everybody has added, come on. So Monday and Tuesday, I came on with no foundation. I was real and raw with all of you, which I love and will always share with you. And today is the first day I have worn foundation. This is day 3 of my 3rd peel of the PRX peel that we were talking about. That's the TCA that doesn't peel. And I have some dry spots. If you got real close, you could see where maybe my skin's a little bit dry, but nothing I feel like is too uncomfortable. I know that today and tomorrow, that's how it will feel. And by Friday, my skin is going to feel great and amazing. And Monday will be my number 4 of the PRX. I promise to all of you, if you follow me on Instagram, I will post pictures for you and we'll do some no makeup pictures for you. You can follow me. My Instagram is Mandermazing on Instagram. And then the week after that, I'm going to do a dermaplane, which removes the really light blondie hairs I get and dead skin cells and the oxygen treatment. And I will be happy to show you a picture of that because I have some engagement pictures coming up that I want to make sure that we look really good for. So thank you all so much for joining us this week. I have so much fun connecting with each of you and reading comments and messaging back and forth. And so does the team. The team puts so much work into this week. And it's really incredible to see the team come together and how much time they spend and partnering with the boutiques and the restaurants and what that looks like. And so I love so much that we get to do this together. I think it's pretty special. I will put on here my Instagram. It's Mandermazing, which is kind of funny. I think I should change it, but then I don't. But I'm going to do some giveaways before the night ends. So before we go away, I'm going to give away an oxygen treatment, the one we just saw with the hyperbaric oxygen bubble and the microderm. So it's going to slough all of that off. And it is going to Sonia Parker. Congratulations, Sonia. And I am going to give away even more. I told you guys I'm going to do some of Amanda's favorite things. The Lemons and Lace gift card. So excited about Lemons and Lace. Those were the looks on our red carpet. I know we had some technical difficulties, but those looks were so freaking cute. That goes to Ashley Duvall. Congratulations, Ashley. You get to go to Lemons and Lace. I have this for you. Any of you that have won or you're winning tonight, we have them set aside for you. Please stop in sometime by Monday. We're going to hand it to you. You're going to be able to walk off with your amazing treatments. If you want a treatment, it's on your account. We just need to schedule something. After that, I want to give away, you guys, I told you, these Aquas towels. If you haven't been on, these are our new hair towels that we sell on the hair side. We have kind of a berry color and kind of a gray and a white. They help with damage, dry time. Because I travel with this towel. I'm obsessed with it. It is my hair blankie. And I am giving away 2 of those. One to Christine Parrish. Hi, Christine. Hi. I have not seen you in a while, but one for our friend Christine will be perfect for her hair. And Rebecca Barlow, those Aquas towels are for you. I have another one of my favorite shirts. This is a black and white one. I think it's wonderful from Heyday that says, support women-owned businesses. We support all businesses, to be perfectly honest. But as we know, women-owned businesses are less likely to succeed, unfortunately. And so we love to support our women-owned businesses in our community. And that is going to go to Jolene Rogers. Congratulations, Jolene. And then you guys, I've been sharing with you my lashes all week. These are my lashes, no strips, no extensions, and it's all because of Maxi Lash and Maxi Brow. You can use this on your brows. I get missing pieces of my brows because of my hypothyroidism. So it helps me fill in my brows, but my lashes are so, you guys are so long. That's what this is. And this goes to Dawn Bushman. Hi, Dawn. This is for you. And last but not least, we are supporting some of our favorite restaurants, not all of them, but some of our favorite restaurants, because we know restaurants have taken such a hit in the last couple of years. And so Sarah Mattern, we have a Jessup Farm gift card for you. So we are sharing with you as much of the things that we can. We have more giveaways for you tomorrow. Let me tell you what is on the docket for tomorrow's demos, because tomorrow is no joke. It is our last day of demonstrations before the grand prize drawing on Friday. Again, if you donate anything, $5 or more to Crossroads Safe House, who I shared with you about tonight, you can go on our website. Your name goes in the drawing in extra time, so that's great. Anytime you're on our calls, your name goes in extra time, so there's not any waste. Anytime you purchase one of our promotions, and there's a lot, they're on our website, so go check them out. You get a swag bag, which is $200 worth of products and goodies, but then you also get your name put in again. So lots of ways to win. Thursday night for the spot, we're going to be talking about our IPL Frax Duo treatment, which you can do it. It's one of my favorite treatments, I'm not gonna lie, with microderm and dermaplanings. We're also gonna talk about braids and styling and bridal makeup. We have incredible boutiques tomorrow night. We have Blushing Bride from Windsor. They're an incredible little boutique that has all bridal, and Sonia Boutique Boutique by Sonia in Loveland. Then we have the CO2 and plasma pen. When we talk about serious skin rejuvenation and resurfacing, those two are game changers. The plasma pen is our brand new treatment that we are launching that will absolutely change the game for those areas that are really hard to treat. So we cannot wait to show you that tomorrow night. Then Friday, please join us. Please join us at 6 p.m. It won't be long. I promise. I know it's a Friday night. We're going to have champagne. We're going to draw a name for that grand prize and say a thank you and just do a quick celebration at the end of the night since we can't be in person. My hope and prayer is that soon we will be back in person to our amazing red carpet events where we get to take pictures and hug on each other. And I think that's coming sooner than later. But thank you all so much. And I hope you have a lovely, lovely evening. Have a good night.